So, we will start with the Shanti mantra after my invocatory verses. Swarajya samrajya vibhutiresha bhavat kripa shri mahima prasadat prapta maya shri gurave mahatmane Namo namastestu punarnamostu Namo namastestu punarnamostu Namo namastestu punarnamostu Namastasmai sadaikasmai Kasmai chinmahase namaha Yadetad vishvarupena Rajate Guru Rajate Yadetad vishvarupena Rajate Guru Rajate. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shanti mantra of Mundaka Upanishad. Om Bhadram Karnebhiः Shrunuyama Devaः
Om Bhadram Karnebhiः Shrunuyama Devaः
Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraः
Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraः
Sthirairangaistuštuvamsastanubhih
Sthirairangaistuštuvamsastanubhih
Vyashema devahitam yadayuh
Vyashema devahitam yadayuh
Swasti na indro vruddhashravah
Swasti na indro vruddhashravah
Swasti nः पूषा विश्ववेदाः
Swasti nः पूषा विश्ववेदाः
Swasti नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः
Swasti nastarkshyo arishthanemihi
Swasti no brihaspatirdadhatu
Swasti no brihaspatirdadhatu
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Hari Om Tat Sat. So, as I was telling that this chapter is quite special in its way. From shloka 1 to 6, as we saw, it appears they are praising the karma kanda, that is performance of rituals, particularly Agnihotra, in quite profuse terms, and telling us the details of the yajnas where the class 7 or class in the school, and then think that there is no point in going to the college, it's all useless, nothing is special taught, whatever to be learned, the highest things we have learnt in the school. There is no necessity for the colleges or universities. It is like that in the last in the from 7th, 8th shlokas, 9th, 10th up to that, said that there lies the problem, that they considered that what they are doing is the supremely important. There is nothing greater than that, and there lies the problem. So the Upanishad has criticized quite in quite harsh terms that they are like andhena niyamana yathandhaha, as you remember. Bhagavad Gita also, in Kathopanishad also, we had similar verses. That is cautioning us that you should not get stuck to the karmas. Now, we don't do yajnas or anything, most of us now. Very few people in the whole world do yajnas. But is it not applicable to others also? So I explained in great detail this. Yes, it is applicable. Even whatever disciplines they have given in the Karma Kanda, that is also applicable. And through the discipline, when our being is processed, we become fit to go higher up for the higher pursuit. That must be understood. But if we consider that to be all, similarly those who are completely immersed in the actions, may not be jajna. Here he is speaking about jajna. Why are they remaining immersed in that? Because they don't know about the supreme things. But in that they should have the humility that there is something greater and let us know what is it. But they don't have, they are completely what do you call it? The self-satisfied, not satisfied, the, what do you call that term? Complacent about what they do. And they consider there is nothing greater. Similar things happen now also, not about the jajnas, but about other things. Most of the cases it is like that. So they started with plavahyete adridha jajna rupa, that whatever jajnas they are performing, they are all fragile rafts. They will not be take us across the ocean of worldliness, and on the way it will get drowned. Now, saying that and considering them as immature intelligence, they are immersed in ignorance, not knowing that they are in ignorance, because they are completely immersed. If they could look out, then they would have known that there is something greater, sky and the heaven and all, but they are not able to. They are completely immersed in whatever they are doing and whatever they are thinking of. Another very important point they mentioned, that why do they do it? They do it because of their desire, ragat. In Bhagavad Gita also, similar term has been used, that a jajna is promising some heaven or so. Why should I do that jajna? It is only because we wish to go to the heaven. That is, we have a desire to go to the heaven. And what is that heaven? The Vedas are describing various kinds of heavens where various indulgences are there. They are saying you will not have thirst, you will not have hunger. We don't think about it also. If we don't have hunger, if we don't have thirst, then we will not enjoy food and drink. But those words we are not thinking properly, that what is that heaven they are promising. So they have promised various heavens. So because we are not satisfied, we are not fulfilled in this life on this earth, we look for satisfaction in after death also, that we will go to some other heaven where we will be enjoying the life more. So however they may enjoy, they think that further enjoyment is necessary, and because of that desire they caught in the yaga and yajnas. That is very, very important. Even now also, we may not do the yaga, but this trapping is there for us as long as we have desires for various things. Now, there are three categories they have said. One is that those who are completely immersed in the karma kanda, desireful, they do all the yajnas with the desire of having more and more enjoyment. The second category is those who have taken to Vanaprastha here. But those, we can think that those who have, now about Vanaprastha I mentioned that we need not think that one has to go to the forest. Even you can go to the old age home also. The question is what kind of a life you are leading, where is your focus, what is the dedication. Now they have clearly stated in Shloka 11, Tapashraddheye yupavasanti aranye shanta vidvamso vaikshacharyam charantaha Suryadvarena te virajah prayanti yatramrita sapurusho hyavyayatma. Here I had explained very clearly that the state, this is representing the people who do not have desire for the worldly things, who has lot of devotion for the Lord and wants to, those who want to finally get merged in the lotus feet of the Lord, they are devoted. But they don't have the vichara, that means they don't want the knowledge and they don't analyze that who is that God, whether he is in the yonder sky or he is within us, or whether, as the Upanishads say, I am that. They are not bothering about that so much. They are completely out of the worldly things. They have left the worldly enjoyments. But at the same time, they are devoted to the Lord. They are living on bhikshacharya, alms. And they are more or less well read about Bhagavan and all. They know many things. They are shanta. They are not restless like the other people, those who are absolutely busy, sometimes busy for nothing in the world. They have outlived that kind of a rajoguna. So they say, virajaha prayanti, being virajaha, that means overcoming the rajoguna, which makes us absolutely restless in the world. That they have described in the previous verses I have pointed out. In Kathopanishad also, Dandramyamana pariyanti mudhaha. They go into the cycle every day from morning to evening, going through the same cycle. But it is not a plain cycle like that. It is a random motion cycle. Dandramyamanaha pariyanti. Two things are there. One is a random motion. It has no laksha, no aim. Another is it is going in the round and round in the same cycle. There is no progression. So what do we have to do in our material life, whatever life we are leading? That cycle will always be there. Morning to evening and evening to morning again, it will be the same cycle. But there should be a progression. As the cycle is going on, we should move towards a goal of purity, dissolution in the universal identity, as I have explained earlier also. That progression of life, that is every day evolving to a newer and purer and a more delightful existence, that they don't have. So, in this case, these devoted people, they, after outliving the worldly life, they spend their time in devotion, worshipping the Lord and all. And after their body falls, they think of going to the Avyayatma. That means the unchanging, imperishable Lord, merging in his lotus feet. So this is, as I told the other day, Shankaracharya said that this is a krama mukti, we can say. But whether we call it or not, it doesn't matter. In their mind, they don't want, the main point here is they don't have any desire for the worldly things anymore. They worship the Lord with lot of devotion and they drop their body. So it is actually videha mukti. There is no liberation in life here. I am saying again and again because I doubt whether it has gone in very well in a clear-cut manner. It should be very clear. The clarity should be there in our mind. Here there is no Jivan Mukti. The third one which is coming is the first one, they don't want any Mukti. The first one is absolutely immersed in desireful, Sukha, Dukkha, etc. They don't mind, they enjoy the world and they suffer also, the state we have discussed. The second one, They have outlived the worldly enjoyment, but they are devoted to the Lord and they want to merge in the lotus feet of Lord after the body falls. But the third one is those who want Jivan Mukti, that means liberated while alive. That can happen only through jnana or knowledge. That I have explained also. Why are we not feeling free? Why are we not feeling expanded like the infinitude? That we are not experiencing. What is the barrier there? It is the ajnana. Now, ignorance. Where is the ignorance seated? It is in our intelligence. So naturally the intelligence has to be enlightened. That is, the ajnana or ignorance has to be removed by bringing in jnana or knowledge. So that we in this life, on this earth itself, we start feeling that I am free, I am not a karta, I am not a bhokta, I am not a doer, I am not an enjoyer. The whole world is a function of nature. It's a product of nature. My body, mind, personality is also a product of nature. It's a small particle in nature. As the nature is going on in its own manner by the action of the three gunas, my body, mind, personality is also doing its own work. I am nowhere connected to that. I am only an observer to the whole world. And I feel free by whatever to be done, I do. Whatever to be thought, I think. Nothing binds me anymore. That is the Jivan Mukti. So we should have a very clear idea that 1.2.7 to 10 is a desireful karmakanda. 1.2.6, that is point 1 to 6, the first 6 verses, they are karmakanda. That is disciplines in karmakanda and what are the rewards. Then the 7th verse to 10th verse, it is the criticism of karmakanda, if you think that that is the highest and nothing more has to be done. Then the 11th verse is the surrendered devotees who are austere, devotional to God, but they only think of attaining freedom after the body falls, and they have their life like that. Then 1.2.12, which we are coming in the last verse, that it is the beginning of enquiry and knowledge which will lead us to Jivan Mukti. That is the starting point of jnana sadhana, you can say. Or if you compare with Bhagavad Gita, it is equally a starting point of the Buddhi Yoga, which is the special presentation of Bhagavad Gita. I will speak in detail that also. Now in this 11th verse we should remember 3 points. One is that Surya Dvarena te virajaha prayanti. What is this Surya Dvara? That means it is an enlightened path. It is not like the karmakandas, they are full of desire. Actually desires make us, we think we are enjoying. Actually we don't enjoy. It stresses us full. Even if we get whatever we desired, the fulfillment is for a few, the happiness is for a few moments or a few days, and we are fearful of losing what we have gained. So actually they are not really happy. They are always under stress of desire, stress of fear, stress of ragadvesha, that is blaming others or hating something, clinging to something. So it is not really a happy and enlightened way of life. Whereas these devoted people who have resigned to the forest life or say Vanaprastha life, they are passing through an enlightened path. They are not like the other people where only darkness engulfs them. They are, if you look at them, you will find their faces glowing in devotion. They are not caught by the worldliness. The moment we get freed from the worldliness, the Brahmavarchas or the shine will come to our face. We will shine. Our face, our skin will shine with that freedom from worldliness. But it is not the ultimate freedom for these people. What happened? Te virajaha prayanti. These two words are important. Virajaha means their rajoguna is subsided. They are no more involved in the worldly work, action and all. Prayanti, when we are saying, that means there is a going involved. That is, after the body falls, they go to the Avyayatma, the imperishable soul. That means going is there, means it is not their meaning, not meaning the Jivan Mukti or the self-realization. Self, you don't have to go anywhere. You are always the self. Only because of the cloud of ignorance, you are not able to know that you are self. When the cloud of ignorance is removed by the jnana, then we know that always I have been like this, I will be like this, I am like that. There is no question of any movement there at all. Whereas here they have clearly stated prayanti. That means for them the Lord is in the yonder sky somewhere where they have to go after their body falls. That is fine, but they are satisfied with the devotion. Yatra amritaha sa purusho hi avyayatma. So one day they think they will reach the lotus feet of the imperishable Lord. Now in the next verse, which I did a little fast in the previous satsang, Parikshya lokan karmachitan brahmano
Parikshya lokan karmachitan brahmano
nirvedamayan nastya kritah kritena
Nirvedamayan nastya kritah kritena
tad vijnanartham sa gurumevabhigachet
Tad vijnanartham sa gurumevabhigachet
samitpani shrotriyam brahmanishtham.
Samitpani shrotriyam brahmanishtham.
This verse you should take by heart. It's very important. He says, Brahmanaha. Who is a Brahmana? Who is on the path of realizing the Brahman. It's not the caste. It's a person who is on the path of realizing the Brahman, who wants to realize the ultimate truth, who wants to realize the purpose or the ultimate truth behind existence. He parikshya lokan. He examines the world, not only this world, lokan, plural they have given. Why? Because the Shastras, the Karmakandas, they have discussed the various heavens and hells also. Now they are thoughtful people. They are intelligent people, they are thoughtful people. They want to find out the truth. They are inquirer. Some inquiry has dawned in us. Suppose even if a devotee who is devoted to God, when inquiry dawns in him that who is this God, does he exist, how can he attain him, can he be realized, what is the way to realize, when the inquiry dawns, then he steps into the path of spirituality. Before that, we don't call it spirituality. They are devoted, they are religious people, they are devoted to God, they are worshipping the Lord, that is all. But here, when after worship also there dawns an enquiry that what am I doing for all these years? Maybe 40 years I have worshipped. Have I improved? Have I reached anywhere? Has God come nearer to me? Have I known whether God exists or not? What he likes or not? I have been giving the puja worship, whatever I like to do. I have never known what the God likes. So such question comes. And he examines all the lokas, that means particularly this world, and also the other worlds described in the Shastras. That is there anything which demands our effort to attain? Because they examine I have explained in great detail that we are born with an insufficiency. What is that? Because of that we look for happiness. Right from birth we are looking for happiness. Whatever we are doing, you analyze, the ultimate point is we will be happy. A baby, he is happy with initially maybe with milk, then with some dolls, then with some games, then with maybe some career, the result or cricket or anything of that sort, then in the partner, then in the career again, then maybe re-employment, then children, grandchildren, like that. The what we are attracted to, what we are desiring, that is changing, but still we think that by getting that I will become happy. The problem comes there. We have to analyze pariksha lokan, means we have to do the examination there. Has anybody become happy by getting anything from the world? Think of the richest people of the world, the most powerful people of the world, the most famous people of the world. From time immemorial, you see, by riches, fame, power, has anybody become fulfilled in this life? If some rich people had become fulfilled, it is not because of the riches, but because of some other quality in them. So they are examining that whatever we are running after, the whole creation, the very basis of creation is, it is called samsara, samyak sarati iti samsara. It is always drifting, changeful. There cannot be any creation which is not arising out of changefulness. The very existence of a particle is out of motion and energy and change. Anything in this universe is based on change. Otherwise there cannot be any creation. The creation and destruction together, they are only changeful. You cannot get anything immortal, amrita, or anything like imperishable in this objective universe. There cannot be anything. The whole objective universe is changeful. Only the consciousness in which this objective universe is appearing to be, in which the whole play is going on, that is the changeless substratum of this changeful world. So they analyze, they find that karmachitan lokan pariksha nirvedamayat. They become dispassionate. Why? Na asti akritah kritena. By doing anything, you cannot get that which is akrita. What does it mean? The whole world is running by causality. By doing anything, that as a cause, it will generate some effort, some effect. And that is the krita. Akrita means which is not the effect of any cause at all, which is causeless. So in the world, whatever we get, whether it is heaven, whether it is some joy, whether it is some dukkha or sukha or property or anything, it is always a cause and effect chain. By doing anything of that sort, we cannot attain the akrita, which is causeless, which is the ultimate truth. Suppose you do the yajna. What are they saying? Yajna is the cause and it will produce some effect, some result you will get, either in this world or in the other world. And then what will happen? Going there, then after some time it will be over, you will come back again. So there is always a changefulness involved. You cannot attain anything unchanging, anything imperishable through doing anything. So the whole emphasis, they are shifting from doing to knowing. This we should understand very well. In this third category, what we are discussing now, which is aiming at Jivan Mukti, getting liberated while alive. You may not say that. You can say simply, which is taking us, which is the path to freedom and fulfillment for us. That cannot happen by taking to the causal path. So there is something which is transcending this causality. This transcendental level we have to attain. It is nothing different from what we are. Our real identity is. There lies the real hint that you cannot ever say that it is difficult, because we are always without I, we cannot even think. Everywhere, even sleeping also, that I is there. And that I is the ultimate truth in which the whole universe is appearing to be. We have only to understand and realize the truth. So you cannot say, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to climb the Everest or fly off to another heaven or this heaven and that heaven and ransack the whole, all the lokas and all. Nothing has to be done. You have only to know what I am. That's all. So for that, what is the difficulty? Is it that I am that real identity I am producing by the knowledge? No. Knowledge cannot produce that. Nothing can produce it. Knowledge is only interacting with the ignorance and removing the cloud of ignorance. Suppose the sun is there and the cloud is there. You are not able to see the cloud, see the sun. So when the cloud is removed, you see the sun, which was there earlier also, and you know that it is there. It is always there, it will always be there. You see the sun. Like that, when the ignorance is removed by the knowledge, then you find your real identity, which never gets bound by anything at all. There is no bandha, no mukti, nothing for it. You know that it is always what it is, it was, and it will be. It is beyond time, it is transcendental, it is beyond time, beyond space, beyond causality. By all means, it is the transcendental truth. So it cannot be created. See how beautifully they have said, he becomes dispassionate about the worldly things. Why? Nasti akritah kritena. It is such a simple logic we can understand that by doing anything, we cannot attain the non-causal, the causeless truth. Because whatever you do, it is linked to the cause. It is an effect of a cause. If you read, if you have the knowledge of the Atma, that is the theoretical knowledge. That is not the causeless. You have read the Shastras, you have read the Upanishad, and you have known what the Upanishad is talking about the Atma. That is a causal thing. You read hundreds of Upanishads, you know what is Atma, what is Brahman, everything. Because that is also a cause and effect chain. Whatever you have read, you have learned those verses and you know what are they speaking. It is not the realization. The realization is when you know what you are. And that is what the Shastras are speaking about. Then the whole Shastras become meaningful. You understand what the Shastras are speaking about. And that was there, that is there, that will be. There is no change in it at all. So, what should he do when he understands by this kind of analysis that the ultimate which he is looking for cannot be had by any effort at all in this world? Where will he go? What will he do then? Where can he find such a truth? Tad vijnanaartham sa gurum eva abhigachet. Tad vijnanaartham sa gurum eva abhigachet. To have the vijnana, there is a difference in the jnana and vijnana. In Vivek Chudamani also we will see jnana, vijnana sahitam. That jnana means the knowledge. There it is used in various senses. Here it is used as jnana is the knowledge and vijnana is the realized knowledge. Anubhava siddha. Anubhava siddha means which is anubhuti, the realization of the knowledge. When I have said repeatedly that when you think, reading the Shastras, oh, I have also felt that, I would have also said the same thing, what the Shastras have written. It is not that you are knowing from the Shastras. When we are knowing from the Shastras, it is a second-hand knowledge. It is not the realization. When the realization is there, you will think that you will have the support and confirmation from the Shastras. Oh, acha, they have written like this. I have also felt like this. So, to look for that causeless, imperishable truth, where will they go? Gurum eva abhigachet. Not to the police, not to the president, not to the prime minister, not to the big businessmen or the greater scientists. Nothing. Gurum eva. This eva is extremely important. Eva means only. You have to go to a guru because this is a transcendental truth. How will you go there? Somebody has to guide you, somebody has to take you, because your buddhi is still caught in the worldly trap. It is still, we say that it is still ashuddha, that buddhi has to be purified. That purification has to be done with the support and the guidance of a teacher. So, gurum eva avigachet. Now, what kind of a guru and how to approach that guru, they have said in half the sentence. What is that? Samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtham. Samit panihi is referred to the seeker. How will you approach the Guru? Carrying firewood in hand. Actually, it's only symbolic. It means that you have to go to the Guru with humility. Unless you go with humility, how can you have knowledge from him? If you think that I know more than him, then why go to him? You have to, that humility has to come to that extent that you have to have the full faith that here is a person who knows better than me where lies my welfare. See, when we go to a teacher of an ordinary subject, say physics or so, we have the faith that the teacher knows more than me about this topic. That is fine. Here, what is the difference? Here you have to have the faith that this person knows better than me where lies my mangala, my welfare. Otherwise, I will not listen to him. He may say something, he will tell you to do something. If you like, you will do. If you don't like, you will not do. You will do something else or the opposite of that. So it is very, very important. Samit panihi. This is the humility you have to go. And what kind of a guru? Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. What is Shrotriya Guru? Often we will say that one who knows all the Shastras. No. One who has realized the essence of the Shastras. What are the Shastras for? The Shastras are only telling us about this ultimate truth and how to realize it. So a person who has realized the truth is the real Shrotriya. He has understood the essence of the Shastras. And after he has understood, what will he do? Will he remain in the world with the same worldly activities? No. Brahmanishtam. He may apparently do everything as anybody is doing in this world. He will take food, he will go to the toilet, everything he will do. He will speak to people, he may scold also, he may fight the war also like Arjuna or Krishna. Everything he will do, but not considering having any bheda buddhi, any differential notion. Brahmanishtam means there is nothing other than the ultimate truth or Brahman for him. Whatever he sees, the whole world, it is appearing in the Brahman. So he doesn't see anything other than Brahman. Whatever the appearances are infinitely varied, but everything, it is just as if written on the air. You write a hill, you write an ocean, you write an elephant, or you write a dog. It's all air only. Right, that the whole universe is written on consciousness. Whether it is birth, death, destruction, black hole, white star, whatever you may say, it's all written on the consciousness which we are always referring as I, without which we cannot do anything. So, Brahmanishtam means one who finds nothing other than Brahman. Everything is written on Brahman. Now here, corresponding to this, I had told the other day also, verse 33 and 37 in Vivek Chudamani. I will explain that also. 33 and 37 in Vivek Chudamani. But I will go to the next verse now and then come back. 13th verse of 1.2.13. Tasmai savidvanupasannaya samyak.
Tasmai savidvanupasannaya samyak.
Prashanta chittaya shamanvitaya.
Prashanta chittaya shamanvitaya.
Yenaksharam purusham veda satyam.
Yenaksharam purusham Veda Satyam
Provachatam Tattvato Brahmavidyam
Provachatam Tattvato Brahmavidyam
Tasmai Savidvanupasannaya Samyak
Tasmai Savidvanupasannaya Samyak
Prashanta Chittaya Shamanvitaya
Prashanta Chittaya Shamanvitaya
Yenaksharam Purusham Veda Satyam
Yenaksharam Purusham वेद सत्यं
प्रोवाच तां तत्त्वतो ब्रह्मविद्याम्
प्रोवाच तां तत्त्वतो ब्रह्मविद्याम्.
Here also exactly parallel is Vivek Chudamani 42, which I will do, and you can say 41, 42, 43 also, but 42 specially. Now here the previous shloka was about the seeker, that he examining all the worlds and finding that by doing anything, by any effort, the ultimate truth cannot be attained, to have the realization of the truth about which he has already studied. That is why they have referred to as Brahmana. He knows it theoretically. Tad vijnanatham sa gurum eva abhigatset. He will go to the Guru. How? Samit panihi. And to what kind of a Guru? Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Now this verse, the 13th verse, it is an injunction on the Guru, on the teacher. The Shastras are so wholesome, sympathetic, compassionate and whatnot, that they don't leave anything. Guru is not that whatever he feels like doing he will do. The Shastras give guidance to the Guru also. What is it? That just by your likes and dislikes, because of your likes and dislikes, because of your own racial condition, because of your so many other condition, you cannot reject a seeker of truth. For a Brahmanishta, Shrotriya, knower, a seeker of truth is a seeker of truth. He has no other identity. He may be bad, he may be economically poor, he may be another national, he may be from a different racial background, he may be a small boy, he might be a very old man. Nothing can hinder the communication of Brahmavidya between the seeker and the teacher. The teacher must give the essence of Brahmavidya to a seeker who is a deserving seeker, who is a fit seeker of Brahmavidya. How they are describing? Tasmai savidvan. Vidvan, he is referring to the knower here. Samyak upasannaya. Samyak upasannaya. See, here they have said samit panihi. One who has approached him in a proper manner. Proper manner means as it is discussed in the Upanishads or Bhagavad Gita or in the Vedas also, that how a seeker of truth should approach a knower. What kind of humility it is. Everything is described. That is the Samyak Upasannaya. He has come with lot of humility, not asking for property or a child or something in the heaven, that after my body falls I should go to this heaven or that heaven. No. He is a seeker of truth. He has already done his his research in this world and found that there is nothing to have from the world. There is something within us only, by realizing which we will become fulfilled. Yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tata. By gaining which we will not feel anything greater is there in this world anywhere. What are the other criteria? Prashanta chittaya shamanyatmitaya. A seeker who is prashanta chitta and shamanvita. Why are the two not the same thing? No, there is a little difference we should understand. Prashanta chittaya means absolutely peaceful in mind. That means he is not restless. The Rajoguna has gone down and he is calm and composed in his mind. And shamanvitaya, that shama comes when the desires free our mind. See, even with the desires also you can sometimes remain calm, or you can always remain calm also. There are many people who calmly fulfill their desires and run after their desires also. They may not be always restless in everything. So he has to be prashanta chitta, no doubt about it. He has to be calm. But don't get misled only by the calmness of his appearance. It has to be shama. That means his mind has to be free of desires. How will you know? The Guru is supposed to know. One, he has outlived all the desires. Seeing a person, he will know the other person's mind. whether how much it is desire free. He may not know the detail of what all desires he has, but he will know how much it is pure. Purity means the desirelessness. Purity is proportional to the desirelessness. Desires themselves are the impurities of the mind. So seeing a person, a knower who has already outlived the desires, will know that whether how much of shama he has. So when a seeker with a calm mind and with enough of desirelessness or shama approaches in the proper manner the Guru, then what the Guru is supposed to do or the teacher is supposed to do, he says provachatam tattvato Brahmavidyam. He must, he should give him the essence. Tattvataha means whatever it is in essence. He may teach you Bhagavad Gita or teach one Upanishad and send you back. No. Clear indication is there. It is not for that. You are not there to teach him only Sanskrit and send him back. If he is a seeker. If he is not a seeker, then you can do anything. You can speak to him many other things also. Ramakrishna Dev used to say that if he finds somebody coming with a seeker, he will ask the seeker to sit and ask somebody in the Dakshineshwar temple to show the other person around. He will send him to see the temple, the Deva Devis and whatever is there, the banyan tree and this and that, many stories will be told, and he will be happily going back. So if he is a seeker, then he has to give him tattvataha Brahmavidyam. The Brahmavidya, which is the support of this whole universe, support of all other Vidya, that in essence what it is, that is what is the realized truth of the ultimate truth, that he has to communicate to Purusham, Aksharam Purusham, Satyam Yena, Satyam Aksharam Purusham Veda. He has known what? He has known the truth. He has known the imperishable Purusha. Purusha, I have already said, Purusha has got two Vitpatti, two etymology. What is that? Purishete iti Purusha. One who is residing in the body. He is the Purusha. That is our conscious being, our I. Another is Purnam Anena Sarvamiti Purushaha. That is by which the whole universe is pervaded. Purnam is filled. That is the Purusha. Actually two are same. It is just, one is our ignorance standpoint. We see that the Purusha is encapsulated in our body-mind personality. And when we come to know our real identity, that Purusha is Purnam Anena Sarvamiti, who is alone there and everything is full with this Purusha. So one who has known that ultimate truth, the Aksharam Purusha, the unchanging, imperishable Purusha, he must give that truth to the deserving seeker. This is the verse. Now let us go to, so don't forget these three. This is just the beginning of the knowledge or enquiry. Now this enquiry is possible. It is not only for the Upanishadic practitioners. Even in Bhagavad Gita also, those who are given to activities for whom Bhagavad Gita has prescribed the Buddhi Yoga. This Buddhi Yoga itself is a yoga which is based on knowledge. So there also it is applicable. You see the first few verses of the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. First 1 and 2 of Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter. It is called Raja Yoga. The first two verses. Idam tu te guhyatamam.
idam tu te guhyatamam
pravakshyamyanasuyave
pravakshyamyanasuyave
jnanam vijnanasahitam
jnanam vijnanasahitam
yajñātvā mokṣyase ashubhat
yajñātvā mokṣyase ashubhat
rajavidya rajaguhyam
rajavidya rajaguhyam
pavitramidamuttamam
pavitramidamuttamam
pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam
pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam
susukham kartumavyayam.
susukham kartumavyayam.
See, this is the Buddhi Yoga he is talking about. Here he is saying that it is the Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. There can be two meaning. One is that it is the king of all knowledge and it is the kingly secret. You can also say that this was with the Rajas, as he has said in another place, that all our Rajas, the good kings, they were all Rajarshis. So it was hidden, Guhyam, within the Rajarshis, and they used to pass it over to the other people, or the Rishis used to pass it over to the kings. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam, it is the kingly knowledge and a kingly secret. Pavitramidamuttamam, it is the Shrestha, it is the ultimate, exceedingly grand, the best, and Pavitra. Pavitra means which purifies. Pavitra does not mean pure, it means one which purifies. So this Vidya will purify us, and as we become pure and purer and purer, as the mind becomes free of all limitations, constrictions, selfishness, blamefulness and everything, the raga dvesha particularly, hating what I do not like and clinging to what I like, when the mind is purified like that, the truth will dawn in the mind, the truth will float in the mind, the truth will shine in the mind. Pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam susukham kartumavyam. Extremely important line. This second line, should not forget. Pratyaksha avagamam. It is experiential. At every point it is experiential. Suppose you are suffering from some hatred. By somehow you get rid of the hatred. Your mind becomes clear. Who is going to see that? Who is going to know it? You only will know that I have become lighter. I feel much more delighted than with the hatred. The hatred was pressing me, was stressing me. A mind which is given to fearfulness of losing something. The moment we develop the vairagya to just renounce that, leave it, let it go or let it remain, I don't mind about it. The moment the possessiveness goes, immediately you feel the lightness, the expansion corresponding to it. It is pratyakshaavagamam, it is experiential. This knowledge is experiential. Every moment it is experiential. Every moment it expands us, it purifies us, it makes our inner being light, stronger, lighter and universal, infinite. All these are anubhava siddha, they have to be felt, and only the seeker can feel within. That is why he is saying pratyaksha avagamam, pratyaksha avagamam. Dharmyam, dharmyam is not dharmam, it is dharmyam, which produces dharma. What is dharma? Dharma is the harmony that sustains life, that sustains nature. Dharma eva hatohanti dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Dharmo dharayati prajaha. Dharma word has come from dharana, which sustains life and which sustains nature. If we follow that fundamental harmony of nature, all the life, the society, everything will be sustained. We are flouting dharma every moment. So if we take to this Raja Dharma, this Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, If we pursue this Buddhi Yoga, then every moment we will find that we are become more and more harmonious with nature. We will not be upset by destruction. We will neither be elated by whatever we gain. We will not be affected by whatever we lose. As nature flows, there is death, there is birth, there is death, there is destruction, there is creation. Like that, we will understand that our life also is like that. We will take everything that comes, sukha, dukkha, everything, everywhere we will get the touch of that infinitude, that infinite Lord. I have repeatedly told you from Rabindranath Tagore's that Jekeho more diyecho shukho, diyecho tari purichaya, shabare ami nomi. Jekeho more diyecho dukho, diyecho tari purichaya, shabare ami nomi. Those who have given me sukha, happiness, they, through that sukha, happiness, they have given me the touch of you, O Lord. So I prostrate before them. That is the important point. From the happiness, are we getting the touch of the Lord or not? We are not. We are getting the touch of the worldliness. We are getting the touch of gain and loss, or in dukkha, the loss. Those who have given me dukkha, unhappiness, given me sorrow, through that suffering, they have given me the touch of you, O Lord. So in dukkha also, in both cases, as we say in Upanishad, it is Ananda. Sukha is Ananda, Dukkha also is Ananda. When we find the same Atma, the same Brahman, the same Lord in everything, then everything becomes Ananda, Ananda alone. So, Tahare Aminomi, Shabare Aminomi, I prostrate before them also. It goes on like that, as we have said earlier also. So, it is dharmyam, means it makes us harmonious with nature. As we practice it, every moment we purify ourselves, expand our mind, make our mind loftier, expanded, lighter and universal. We find that there is a fundamental tune in nature and our mind is oscillating, is vibrating or is floating on that wave, on that tune. We are in tune with the infinite. We are in tune with nature, in tune with the infinite. That is the dharmyam, produces that dharma, makes us harmonious with nature. Susukham, will it not be susukham? Not only sukham, it is susukham. Susukham will be there in sukha as well as dukkha. Both. That is the real comfort, the real placidity, where in sukha and dukkha, both we can accept equally. Susukham kartum avyayam. Kartum susukham means whatever we do, we practice this yoga, this buddhi yoga, this rajavidya, rajaguhyam. As we pursue it, that pursuit itself is extremely delightful. We always say, oh, spirituality is very difficult. Oh, this is difficult, that is difficult. Difficult is the world. Spirituality makes everything easy, makes everything straightforward, makes everything simple. With a complicated vision, we see the world to be complicated and go around the world by winding more and more web around us. Spirituality is giving us the vision of straightforward vision, like the light ray, Rijutvam. So, it is susukham kartum. It's very, very delightful and pleasant to pursue because the mind always remains placid, whatever be the circumstances. Avyayam, this is another important point. Whatever you gain by this yoga is avyayam. It is imperishable. It is undecaying. Why? Because there is nothing to decay. You are coming more and more to a real identity which is always the same. As you proceed, you come closer and closer to the soul, to your real identity. And finally, you become that what you are always. There is nothing to lose anywhere. It's not like gaining the heaven and then losing it, gaining property and then losing it. It is avyaya. That is why it is uncaused. Anything that is caused, coming as a cause and effect chain, it will be lost also, it will die. Anything that has got born, will die also. But it is not born. It is always, it was like this. We just discovered it that I was like this, I am like this, I will be like this. So the result is avyaya, imperishable. Idam tute guhyatamam. He says here, and in the 18th chapter he had said that this is the most secret I am telling you. Prabhakshyami anasuyabe. Oh, Anasuya. Anasuya means who does not try to find fault in others' qualities. We have this great guna generally. We always, somebody has become very big, no, aisa bhi hai. He is like this also. He has this deficiency or that corruption or this or that. We always try to find fault in a good person or in anything good that we see. So one who does not do that, it is a very essential quality of spirituality, that we stop finding fault, finding dosha in guna. Whatever qualities are there, if you don't find fault in it, then you are called Anasuya. This name is very common with the Bengalis. Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam. See, he has used Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam. It's not only knowledge. Krishna says, I am telling you this most secret knowledge with Vijnana. That means with Upalabdhi, with the Anubhava, which has to be realized, which has to be experienced. And you cannot say you cannot experience, because this very path is Pratyaksha-avagamam. So if you cannot experience that, you have not followed the path. This is a knowledge which has to be lived. And every time you live, it is becoming experiential for you. It is not for lecturing and learning from the Shastras or listening from the speakers and then lecturing. It is not a knowledge meant for that at all. It's a knowledge to be lived. It is about yourself. It is not knowledge about anything of the world. It is knowledge about our own real identity. So more and more we live it, we become that, it becomes experiential for us. Yajñātva mokshase ashubhat. By realizing which, one will be freed of all the ashubha, that means all the ignorance. And ashubha means whatever takes us away from the ultimate auspicious goal, inauspiciousness. That means shreyas, whatever takes us to shreyas, as Arjuna promised that he is a seeker of shreyas. That is why Krishna has told about this Bhagavad Gita. If he was not a seeker of shreyas, if he was given to prayers alone, then Krishna would not have told Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So moksha se ashubhat means relieves him from all kinds of inauspicious development, which takes him away from the shreyas. Now, shortly I will go over to the two verses I promised. That is Pariksha Lokan, there Vivek Chudamani 33 and 37. Let us see. Vivek Chudamani 33. Shrotriyo avrajino akamahato yo brahmavittamaha brahmanyuparata shanto nirindhana ivanalaha ahetukadaya sindhu bandhuranamatam satam. I told you the other day that all these we have sung in our CD. What is that called? Atma Sudha. Those who like music, it is with music also. It is here in the Mundaka Upanishad you find what kind of a guru he should go. He said, Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Very simple two words. Here he is describing in detail what should be the guru. Here it is who has realized the essence of the Shastras and who has nothing other than Brahman. Nishtha means nisheshena tishtatiti nishtha. That means in his life there is nothing other than Brahman. Because everything has become Brahman. Even if this book, that is also Brahman. It's all appearance, just like in our dream. Everything, the huge palace and the aircraft and rocket and whatnot, they are all appearing in our consciousness. Like that, in that universal identity that we really are, in that the whole universe with all its galaxies and everything, they are appearing in that consciousness. So here they are giving detail. He is a Shrotriyaha. Say again, that word has come. Avrijinaha. Papa doesn't touch him. Avrijinaha means Papa Mukta. Now Papa is not the religious Papa here. I have told several times that when you take to spirituality, Punya is also a Papa if it constricts you, if it gives you ego. Suppose you have done some lot of Punya karma, you have done lot of social work, you have given free marriage to the many poor people, you have given free buildings to the poor people, and you feel great about it. Humne ye kiya hai, wo kiya hai, I have done this, I have done that. So whatever you have done, it has more consolidated your ego or expanded your ego. That is Papa only. That is not Punya. In spirituality, whatever constricts your mind is Papa. Whatever makes you small, constricted, looking for gain, possessive, those are all Papas. So a Guru has to be Avrijinaha. He cannot be touched by Papa because his identity is the universal identity. Akamahataha. Naturally, he will not be overpowered by any kind of a desire. Brahmavidya, who is a Shrestha, a knower of the ultimate truth. Brahmani uparataha. Uparati means when we withdraw ourselves from the enjoyment of the world, when we find that the source of enjoyment is within us, even when getting something from the world, we are becoming happy. That happiness is not in what we have got from the world, but the happiness is generated by our mind. And if the mind is collapsed by something else, getting the gain also in our hand, we will not be happy at all. Suppose, as I say, that you are very happy, you have gone to a place, beautiful scenery, you have gone with your friends and all, and you are so happy. Suddenly the news comes that you have lost your job or you have lost something else. Mind collapses, the happiness is no more there. Everything else is there in front. So happiness is coming right from within. When we really discovered the real source of happiness, will you again look for happiness from doing this or doing that? You will do many things for a particular result. That work is supposed to give objective result, that you will perform, but never thinking that I will become happy when the result comes. Or if the favorable result is there, I will become happy. Don't connect the happiness carrot there. That is the foolishness we suffer from. Remove that carrot. Do everything. Put all your mind to have the proper result which you have planned. But if the best result is also had, you will not look for happiness from there. Because happiness, it is always there. You are not doing it for gaining happiness. You are doing out of happiness, out of joy, whatever he is doing. So he is Brahmani uparataha. He has withdrawn from the variegated world and all his delight is in Brahman. That is what the knower is, always. Shantaha. Nirindhanaivanalaha. A beautiful word is there. I doubt whether, because in the translations I do not find. What can be a nirindhanaivanalaha? Nirindhana analaha iva. Can there be fire without the fuel? Firewood or fuel. Nirindhana means no fuel is there, no firewood is there. So what does the author mean by nirindhana iva analaha? Yes, that is what the fire is. The real fire within the Atma is like that. Apekshanti na chad sneham na patram na dashantaram nirantaram prakashante ratnadeepa ivottama. Says that ratnadeepa ivottama, the Atma is compared to a ratnadeepa. The brilliance, the light is coming not from the nacha sneham, not from the oil or ghee, na patram, not the lamp vessel, na dashantaram, not from the different phases of the wick. That is, in the lamp you have a wick, we have the ghee, and we have the vessel containing them. Nothing is there. Nirantaram prakashante, but it is always brilliant. That is what the Atma is. So, Nirindhara Ivanala, one who realizes the Atma, one who identifies with this Atma, he also becomes Nirindhana Ivanala. Is the brilliance which is coming out of there is no smoke also, no fire fuel also. It's the natural brilliance, as we say, Akrita, just now I was discussing. It is not caused by the wick, it is not caused by the sneha, the oil or ghee, it is not caused by the patram, nothing. It is original, it is uncreated brilliance. So the Brahmavittama will be Nirindhanaiva Nalaha. Ahetuka daya sindhu bandhuranamatam satam. He is Ahetuka daya sindhu. He is a ocean of mercy. But Ahetuka, see again causeless, Ahetuka. Generally our mercy, there might be some reason. That it is my son, it is my grandchild, to whom you are merciful. Or you may have some gain behind that also. If I do this for them, I will gain out of it. Or at least I will be delighted by that. That is also a gain we look for. Many people say that I listen to you every day because I get lot of joy. That is, they are looking for the joy, for the gain. Everywhere we are looking for the gain. But a guru, a teacher, or Brahmavittama will never look for any gain from anywhere. Ahetuka daya sindhu. If he feels a deserving seeker is there, he will go all out to communicate whatever he has known. Communicate he can do only when there is a receptivity, when the other person wants it. Otherwise, how can he communicate? Bandhur anamatam satam. Anybody who is humble, receptive, as I said, to him, he is always a friend and well-wisher. All the shlokas I will not be able to do. Then the 37th verse again describes the Guru. What is that? Shanta mahanto nivasanti santo.
Shanta
mahanto nivasanti santo vasantavallokahitam charantaha tirna swayam bhima bhavarnavam janan ahetunanyana pitarayantaha. Again the qualities of the teacher. How will the Guru be? Shantaha. That I have already. Mahantaha. Mahanta means a great, whose end is great. That means who is a Mahatma, who is magnanimous. Nivasanti santaha. Such people, such santas, such people, such sat people are there. They are existing. Nivasanti. Vasantavalloka hitam charantaha. What do they do? Because they don't have any desire. We cannot think of the motivation other than desire. Whenever we speak about it, people say that why should anybody work if there is no motivation from desire related motivation? They don't have any desire, so why do they do? He says, Vasantavalloka hitam charantaha. As the spring wind, it carries the life with it and inspires the whole nature with flowers and blossoming everywhere. It brings in the new life in nature, not out of any hetu, not out of any gain motive. It is that. That is his nature. That is the nature of Vasanta Ritu. It simply does it. Like that, the knower also simply brings in life, wherever he goes, brings in inspiration, brings the inspiration towards the ultimate auspicious goal. That he does and moves around in the world. Tirna Swayam Bhima Bhavarnavam. He himself has crossed over the worldly ocean, the great worldly ocean, the fearful worldly ocean. So he knows where lies fear, where lies joy. Janan hetuna anyanapi tarayantaha. Without any reason, because he has crossed the ocean, he takes others also across the worldly ocean, without any motive, without any gain. There are others also in Vivek Chudamani. Those who are interested, they can read, but I will go over to Vivek Chudamani, 42nd verse. This I said that it is comparable to the Mundaka Upanishad, 13th verse. Vidwan satasma upasattimi mumukshave sadhu yathoktakarine prashanta chittaya shamanvitaya tatvopadesham kripayaiva kuryat ma vaishtavidvam stavanastyapayah samsara sindho staranestyupayah yenaiva yata yatayosya param tameva margam tava nirdishami tameva margam tava nirdishami. Vidwan satasma upasattimi yushe mumukshave sadhu yathoktakarine. The person, again the same as in Mundaka Upanishad, one who is looking for liberation, who is honest, who performs whatever he says. Who is having a prashanta chitta and shamanvita, the same words. Tatvopadesham kripayaiva kuryat. Bidiling has been used. Kuryat means he ought to. What is it? Tatvopadesham kripayaiva. Out of mercy, out of kripa, he must give him the Tattvopadesha. So it is an injunction on the teacher, as I said in Mundaka Upanishad also. When the proper seeker, a real seeker, approaches him with receptivity, and who will follow the words of the Guru, Yathoktakarine, he follows the Shastras, he follows the Guru. If a person comes who is not following the words of the Guru, then what is the point in giving him Upadesha? And who is having a peaceful mind, desireless mind, to him the teacher must give the Tattvopadesha, the message of the truth, to liberate him from the worldly ocean. Then the Guru says, Ma Vaishtavidvam stavanasti apayaha. There is no destruction for you. Have no fear, my dear seeker. Know that there is no destruction for you. Samsara sindho starane asti upayaha. There is a way of crossing over this changeful worldly ocean. As our Swamiji says, there is a way of living in this world without getting bound by it. Yenaiva yata yatayosya param tameva margam tava nirdishami. By which this ocean can be crossed over. That path, that way, I will give you. Nirdishami, I will direct you the path by which you will be able to cross the ocean of worldliness. So have no fear, my dear seeker, Ma Vaishta. This is the abhaya which the Guru gives right in the beginning, when the Shishya comes with lot of anxiety for the truth, seeking the truth earnestly. There is lot of anxiety in him. He looks for a Guru with lot of anxiety. This is the first thing that Guru can give, the abhaya, the fearlessness. He is the abode of fearlessness. So first thing the Shishya gets from him is fearlessness. that there is a way. I am not lost in the worldly ocean. Om Bhadram Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha.
Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha.
Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha.
Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha.
Sthirairangaistushtuvam sastanubhihi.
Sthirairangaistushtuvam sastanubhihi.
Vyashema devahitam yadayuhu.
Vyashema devahitam yadayuhu.
Swastina indro vruddhashavaha.
Swastina indro vruddhashavaha.
Swastina pusha vishvavedaha.
Swastinah pusha vishvavedaha.
Swastina stakshyo arishtanemihi.
Swastinastarkshyo arishtanemihi.
Swastino brihaspatirdadhatu.
Swastino brihaspatirdadhatu.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru.